Be very surprised if we do the PlanB $34,000 green candle. I feel like it's gonna fizzle sideways. I feel like we're a couple of days out. People say, what's your price prediction at the end of the year? And it's like, I'd be willing to take a bet on that that's going to break, but it's not actually the stop the flow model that's breaking. That's very hard to break. It's a very long time frame and it can swing high and low by huge amounts. This is his latest floor model, which he nailed the last few months in a row. And it's a technical model. I think he said it was a technical model, though it's mixed because he also says on-chain in there. But yeah, it's using, I think it's using a lot of technical mean reversion-y things. I don't know. He hasn't disclosed what it is, but I think that's gonna break. I had a floor model that broke too. Like you put your reputation on the line if you have a floor model. It would break this. Well, when it breaks in all markets, markets can do anything. But fortunately, he's on a sailing trip. With minimal internet access. There's nothing out of the norm happening here. It's just very constant accumulation by long-term investors. It's looking healthy. It's not like this thing's gonna blow out of the water. And there's not enough shorts in the system to squeeze it that fast. We've got longs in the system that need to cool off, and it has been. And so when you've got longs in the system, very hard for the price to rise quickly. Fast moves happen from short guys getting taken out and being forced to buy back. I think the size of it now, it's a lot harder to have that kind of drawdown. Touch wood, everyone can be made an idiot by saying particular things and then doing the other. There's a lot of weight in the system. A lot of, it's a huge amount of capital. It's not like 2017 where it was light and you could push it around. And there's different demand and supply equations in the system now. And like with the advent of futures market, I think it's going to make it very difficult for us to have this sort of FOMO mania phase and a blow off top, because you can short this thing now. And so as this thing's going into overheatedness, it's very incentivized for you to bring in shorts into the system. And you're not even trading, you can just do the market neutral cash and carry trade. I'll buy some Bitcoin and I'll short it. As it goes into FOMO, I collect the massive demand for funding long positions. I'll provide the other side, and that'll cool the thing off. And what we just saw in the maybe February to May zone, where it had a sort of a distribution top, rounded top, and then a mini bear, maybe that's more of the shape of the future. A rounded top, mini bear, and then another progression up, and we just keep doing that dance. But I've talked about it at least in the past many times, that if we continue like that in this kind of new world of very developed futures markets and ETFs and so forth, that probably just continue like the way we have. We have different demand and supply with shorting, a lot of selling down from different infrastructure players. Think of miners, they're an infrastructure component, and they make money and then they sell it to realize that money to pay for their OPEX. And the same thing with an ETF. They provide a service and then they're going to make a fee and they're going to sell it down. Same with exchanges, futures exchanges, same with Grayscale. So it's, all these different demand and supply effects now. And it's a new game. We didn't have that in 2017. The miners were the only game in town, and when they have like this step change, built a bullish run, and then we went into FOMO and mania, and there was no shorting to be able to, no real way you could short and cool down the heat of that run up. Yeah, it's different. I think it's very different, and I've been calling this the last cycle, as in it's going up forever, Laura. It just keeps going and finds its price discovery in a random walk. We did a 50% pullback. You may call that a bear. I may actually think that you may have called that a bear market now, like a mini bear market. It recovers in 3 months rather than the standard Bitcoin bear market, which is like a 9 months or more and 85% drawdown. Maybe that is a new bear market, and we just had our first one. I mean, I just see it as consolidation. I said that last dip as well as consolidation. It did. Like, consolidation means it comes down, it tests, and then it moves up. We're really like, as it's consolidating, demand's increasing, the hodlers are buying, the speculative guys are actually they're holding strong for their swing trade while the hodlers are buying more. There's not a lot of selling. If anything, we're just waiting for the derivative guys that are just in it for the short futures contract to give up on their long position, get out of that trade, and then once they're all out, then the price can move up. And we're getting quite close. Like the derivatives data I'm looking at is we're probably within a few days away from the next leg moving up. Just need to see the trend continue, but we're very close to that consolidation bottom. Undoubtedly, a lot of demand, a lot of coins being scooped off exchanges. It's also a weird time of the year, like tax season upon us, and people are starting to sell down to pay taxes. Also hedge funds, end of year, they don't really want to do stuff. A lot of traders want to take plan for their Christmas holidays. So the fireworks looks like it's really geared to the start of next year. I feel like we're going to be in this consolidation most of December. I'd be very surprised if we do the PlanB 34% for $34,000 green candle. I feel like it's going to fizzle sideways, and then January we start to pick up pace again. I feel like we're again a couple of days out, maybe even sooner, but days out from finding our consolidation bottom and a good move up. It might have started already, but on-chain's always been bullish. It's been like we're buying the guys that can dump their speculative swing trade are not dumping. It's all good, nothing to be worried about. And that's key, right? To know that this thing ain't gonna like cave. There's nothing. The guys that never sell and suddenly selling.
So you think we'll stay under 100k by the end of the year?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We might have a rally, but I think we'll make 100k. And if anything, I think we're going to spend another few weeks consolidating to find the all-time high. And then if we break, then things will move faster. But then you're into days to make $30,000 green candle, and that's going to be tricky. Like, it can do it. Like in January, we had like a move from 23 to 40, and that was wow, that was like over 2 weeks. Doable when this thing runs. Chaos theory, it's one or the other, it's binary. And it's really hard. Like people say, what's your price prediction at the end of the year? And it's like, wow, everything's gearing up to pop sometime near the end of the year or early next year. And depending on where you cut that day, it's going to be huge price difference.